What's up, guys? I hope you're all doing well, and thank you so much for popping into my review for the highly anticipated Wicked for Good. This is part two of the first film that came out last November, and it again is directed by John M. Chu, starring Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. And it's the same tone, and the films were made back to back. So the production design, the way it's done, it all looks very similar. It has a very similar feeling world. And I think that's what I appreciated from this one the most was its production value. You can really tell, and they probably made so much money on the last one that they were able to enhance, a few effects or whatever going into this because it does look really good. All the visual effects look absolutely stunning. The castle sequence, there's the sequence No Good Deed, which I think is the standout of the movie. That is really visually arresting. The film catches you up in the beginning that the people of Oz are against her. And you kind of figured that was going to happen at the end of the last one. And they kind of confirm it. And Fiyero is now the captain of the guard. He's almost like the Phoebus character from another Stephen Schwartz musical, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, my favorite animated film of all time. And you have him in this film, who's played by Jonathan Bailey. And he's a character who is playing the part, just like Ariana Grande's Glinda. They have to play the part, or else, who knows? They might be captured, they might be imprisoned, because the people of Oz, led by Madame Memorable, and the Wizard of Oz, played by Jeff Goldblum and Michelle Yeoh, are very formidable. And Michelle Yeoh, they really cook her as the villain in this. And I think it worked. I mean, I love her as an actress. I'm happy she won the Oscar a few years ago, and she's terrific in this as well. And Jeff Goldblum, he's got more singing in this. He's got a nice part. I mean, he's in it more than he was the last one, and he's terrific. But my main issue with the film is its source material. That's probably the stage play, because the movie plays out very similarly. I've seen the play on YouTube. I haven't seen it in person, but I've seen a production of it on YouTube. So I knew it was going to happen. I knew the twists and turns and everything. I was like, okay, how are they going to show this on the big screen? And I was excited. I'm not going to get into spoilers, but the Bach character, totally wasted in this film. The sister, Nessa, she's awful. Her part in this film, I mean, I like what she has to do in her new status. That's cool. What she has to do in her very limited time in the movie feels very forced. And I think that might have worked better on the stage. In a film, narratively, it just doesn't connect. The decisions that she makes are just, I don't know. There's just some decision making happening in that sequence that are kind of mind boggling to me. But then you have that character's progression. And the first time you see what you see, it almost feels like you're watching a monster movie. I didn't like how this character, Wizard of Oz character, was represented in the movie. There's just sequences that take place in the first half of the film that I would have taken out completely. There's a younger Glinda sequence in the movie, very much how they did younger Elphaba in the first film. That didn't need to be there. Didn't work for me. It was kind of unnecessary. But Ariana Grande will probably win the Oscar this year for the movie. In the first film, she was, given the bubbly, popular performance. She's bringing that here, but with a lot of more maturity. The character's definitely grown in what she's got to do through the film and what she's going through emotionally, because she's not, as much of an airhead, and that she's got a brain in this, and she's got to play her part as well. And how she's able to do that is pretty wonderfully. I thought her performance was terrific, and we'll see what happens. But Cynthia Erivo is also given a much more intense Elphaba, and that's what I would say about the film. It's more intense than the first movie. I love the opening title of the film and how the title of the movie comes on the screen. I just thought it was cool, and it set the tone. I love the opening sequence of the film. There's a lot of great visuals in the film, but there's just some things that don't work. There's some big things that happen in the movie, how it is kind of connecting itself to the story of the Wizard of Oz, how that stuff kind of plays in, kind of feels like an afterthought. And I think that probably should have been a little more important with the writing. I like how they handled Dorothy in the film. We didn't need to have any dialogue or really see her face or anything, but she has the Judy Garland look, and how they were able to make her look like Judy Garland without showing her face was really good. It's just the writing of certain other characters that joins her along the way. And I guess that's my issue with the movie, because there's characters that are set up in the first film that I was like, wow, let's see where this goes. I would say that the characters of Bach and the sister Nessa really disappointed me. Yeah, I don't know. Wicked for Good was an okay movie. I thought the ending was very strong. It's just not as good as the first film, and I'm going to give Wicked for Good 3.5 out of 5 stars. And I'm a little disappointed because I thought I would like it a little more. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Wicked for Good. Guys, comment down below what's your thoughts on the movie. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for a bunch of reviews coming in the future, including another new release film, Rental Family, starring Brendan Fraser. Guys, you can follow me on Twitter and or X at RyanKing72 and Instagram at KingArises131. That's been it for me. Thank you so much for watching my review for Wicked for Good. And until next time, over and out.